Okay, so this is not in regular format today. I gave you no warning that I was going live, but I am so furious about this Epstein thing. And yeah, let's talk about it. Okay, hello, my silky friends. Look, I don't know what is going on. I have started, my God, ever since I started this, trying to do this one, I have had so many glitches in my system, and now it looks like my internet is glitchy. But yeah, here we go. We've been listening to the document drops and, all this kind of stuff because why? We're nosy. We're nosy people. And I've got gnats again. Oh, got him that time. That was gross. Ah! Okay. Uh, we're nosy. We're nosy people. We want to know what politicians, we want to know what movie stars, whatever, celebrities were on that island, right? So, like everybody else, I'm looking and I'm watching and I'm waiting for those document drops. And I come across, as I'm researching Epstein, I come across some horrific stuff and I wanted to share with you. I tried recording it so I could edit it and make this better for you, but you know what? It just wasn't working. So we're gonna just go off the fly today, okay? Now, I mean, Jeffrey Epstein, whatever. I've been following this case for a while, so I wasn't, shocked. Everybody's like, "Oh, Bill Clinton, blah blah blah." Y'all didn't know he was on there. Come on, 50 times, whatever. Say whatever you want. You know, the thing about that is like, were some people kind of trapped, and were some people, what is the word, blackmailed from things? Probably, yeah. But that's not even what I'm going to talk about. Let me show you some articles I came across that made me furious. Now, let's hope this is going to work. I'm going to try. I hope you're seeing this. Uh, it looks like you are. So I am going to go. I can't see anything that you could be saying at the moment. Okay, it has been revealed that Jeffrey Epstein's brother Mark attempted to obtain documentation from the night convicted criminal didn't unalive himself, but was told by government employees that the records he sought did not exist. Really? There's no documentation on that? I work in a jail. Hello? One of the most important documents, the report written by the Emergency Medical Services team that moved Epstein's body out of his cell at the Manhattan jail, was nowhere to be found on the computer system. I'm shocked because neither is the video, right? Okay, let me back up and say this comes from an article from the postmillennial.com. All right. This is one of two articles we're going to look at. I can't even, y'all. Can't even with this crap. Uh, you know, First they said, oh, those few minutes when he was left alone by the guards. First of all, you're left alone. You're on a unaliving watch. I know how that goes. You're on camera the whole time. Somebody's watching you. Um, that video just mysteriously disappeared. The guards weren't looking. I mean, I don't know. What were they doing? Y'all, we all know it was a bunch of crap. Okay, so this came from Tucker Carlson. Um, the U.S. government claims that he unalived himself in a federal detention facility in Manhattan 4.5 years ago, just before his trial. If that's true, why are there so many records? Okay, so let's talk about his brother trying to get records. You should have something, right? Um, Footage of Mark's interaction with a government employee was posted to X by Tucker. I'm sorry. by Tucker Carlson. As of right now, you're telling me you can't find the pre hospital care report, he asked. Not for the 10th of August, 2019, no, the employee replied. It's not in the fire department database. I don't know why. Really? I think we all know why. According to the New York Department of Health Bureau of Emergency Services, a PCR document includes information such as the documentation of the event or incident, the medical condition, treatment provided, and the patient's medical history. Of course, that should all be in there. We've all got that. When Mark pressed him further, he suggested that Epstein may have been taken directly to the morgue. Really? Before anybody ever examined him? Before anybody. Okay, whatever. Mark shot that claim down right away, noting that he had photos of his brother in the hospital. In the hospital. Okay. When the employee brought up the evidence Mark had, his supervisor pointed out that a photo doesn't generate documentation, and the fact that the fire department personnel were there doesn't mean a report was written. Okay, first of all, a photo does document because of the metadata on it. This is the this comes up in court. You look at pictures and you can tell whether they've been doctored. You look at the metadata. It tells you where, when, all this kind of come on, what kind of crap are they talking about? And they didn't write a report. Of course they didn't. They told me, Mark fired back, raising his voice. I spoke to them, and they were the ones that suggested I get the PCR report. Since I heard that with my own ears, I believe them, and I don't know why someone played with the computer and it's not there. We've been told so much crap, about, well, the camera was off. There's a glitch in the system. Not that we believed it, okay? Because if you believe that, I've got some property I want to sell you, okay? We didn't believe that, but I didn't know the details of the pure hogwash they are telling him. Mark has long been critical of the official narrative surrounding his brother's unaliving, telling Business Insider last year that there's a lot of really blatant BS things. Imagine that. There. He has maintained that Jeffrey was unalived that night at the Metropolitan Correctional Center, suggesting the injuries he was found with resembled a crime, not a self turning the page. I don't know. A red rum. It resembled a red rum. Y'all know, if you are familiar with crime on YouTube, we can't say anything. According to Carlson's post, the former Fox News host will be sitting down with Mark to hear his side of the story in the near future. So, yeah, that's some crazy crap right there, right? You can't use the photos. There's no report. There's no nothing. So, remember when the big hashtag was, Epstein didn't unalive himself? I used that myself a lot. Oh my gosh. So let's look at an article I came across yesterday. And I'm going to keep this short and sweet. Let me go ahead and change this one. Let's see if it'll just let me change. I'm not sure what's going on here. I can't see anything. All right. Let me see what y'all are saying. Okay. Let me see if I can make this a little bit bigger for you. Yeah. Even though it's okay. Okay, come on. All right. We'll do the best we can here. I'm going to read it to you. This comes from the Washington Times. Okay. Look at this. Jeffrey Epstein flight logs not released. Okay, the delay because colleagues would be compromised. Well, there's a shocker, right? We all knew. We all knew people didn't want to get busted on that. Come on. But it's what they have to say specifically that I found interesting. A House Republican, now this is on December 23rd of this year, or 2023. Duh. A House Republican contended that the flight logs from accused child sex trafficker. Oh, I can't say that. Please. Oh, God, I'm live. All right. You see what it says. His private jet haven't been made public because too many lawmakers would be compromised. Representative Tim Burchett, Tennessee Republican, touched on Congress's hesitance to release the flight records of the Lolita Express, allegedly used to shuttle young women to the financier's private island. Too many of my colleagues, I'm afraid, are compromised in this area for whatever reason, Mr. Burchett told Newsmax. Somebody whispered in their ear saying, hey, you don't want something to come out or something else. You better keep your mouth shut on this. That's exactly what they've done. Now, he is a House Republican from Tennessee, and he says, my colleagues. All right. Numerous politicians, actors, and public figures were reportedly on Epstein's plane. We know all that. I didn't know Robert Kennedy Jr. That was new to me. Of course, Bill Gates and Kevin Spacey. I've heard some others too. But yeah, basically, that is your government right there. That's your government right there telling you that, hey, I'm trying to get back to okay. Yeah, that's your government right there telling you that the government officials are in on this. And guess what? Guess who's controlling all the information about his sudden red rum, Epstein's, and basically saying, hey, yeah, we know the government's covering this up, and I don't understand why this isn't the bigger part of the story. All right, yes, we want to know who is in there, who was on the flight logs, who participated, all that kind of stuff. But why aren't these other things really being looked into? That is my question. And it is completely unacceptable. Here's the thing. I'm going to tell you, mainstream media, the reason that people are watching YouTube is because you're not telling the truth. You're not telling all the truth, or you're not telling it at all. So what do people have to do? They have to go on to all these other services and all these other places to try to get information that you are not giving us. And why aren't you giving it to us? Well, let's see. Is it because you're guilty? Yes, it is. It is. We all know it. But what my question is, when is somebody going to do something about it? Yes. Oh, I see you all. And hey, Samantha and Adjusted Fate, it's good to see you. I'm going to keep this short and sweet. It was supposed to be just a recording. But anyway, tell me what you think in the comments below and let me know. Is there I don't know. Is there something that we can do? Should we start a movement about transparency in reporting? Or will we find ourselves red rummed in the meantime? Yeah, I think that's probably likely. Anybody who is trying to get the truth out there usually suffers the penalties for that. So, anyway, yeah, I have some other things to say, and I know some of y'all are from my true crime channel working on some stuff for that. Actually, probably going to be about Idaho next. Anyway, all of you who see this in the future, please comment below. What can we do? Did you know this? Did you know that these records, it's just after 4.5 years, all the things that should have been done as a nurse, as a someone who works in a jail setting. I know what kind of paperwork and stuff has to be done when you have something like this happen. So the fire department didn't have it, the jail didn't have it, the cameras went out. At what point are we going to force media, government, whoever, to be transparent and tell us the truth and quit with their shenanigans? I don't know. You got any ideas? You tell me what we can do. Leave the comments below. I appreciate every single one of you, and I will see you soon again. Whatever you do, stay safe. And for heaven's sakes, stay silky. Bye bye.